Hey all, Matt here with Bobcat Bonsai, and today I'm tucked off beside my greenhouse working on getting that little fire built up real quick so that we can start firing the pots. So first step of it is getting a good bed of embers in there. So I just chopped up some wood, built a little cinder block pit real quick, and figure I would get that fired ahead of time so that I would save you all the time. It's windy over there, so I am going to take you over, show you around it real quick, but it's going to be mostly all music playing once I review it, because I have a feeling that the wind is going to dominate it all. Also, Sylvester's here. Say hello, Sylvester. Yep, Sylvester says hello. All right, let's get over and check it out. All right, so this is not the safest environment here. There's my barn. Here's my little pit fire, but I wanted to get it dug up a little bit in here, and it felt like I was going into a good place, so this is where I chose to go at it. All I've been doing is just getting this all stoked up and running that way. We can get some good heat in here. There's some nails and stuff in here as well. And from what I've read, that actually adds some cool color into the pots, so I am going to leave that. I do have the pots over here, and I have been rotating them around to try and make sure that they warm up evenly as well. So that's also work in progress. And there's my exploded pots over there. They're also sitting here warming up. And my little possible landscape mame, we'll see if that holds up. There's a lot of cracks in that one, but I've got this big old bucket of homemade charcoal right here, and I'm going to end up taking this cinder block and some of those fire bricks over there and building up on top of here once I get everything a little bit better situated. So I'll probably build that up here in a minute, and then we'll get back to it. So here's a quick tour of it. We've got our fire down in there. Whoop, big old fire. Got some fire blocks, cinder block, steel plate just to level it out. We can see a little bit of smoke escaping through here, so I'm probably gonna have to fill that in with some dirt then. Coming back to the chimney right in here, which has a grate down inside where I do plan to put, wow, my brain's not working. That's where I plan on putting the pots, is down inside that little chimney area. So I'm going to give that one a try down through there. I don't know if it's going to work because the chimney's not super tall. So I may do that. I may just normally pit fire them. I may try one up here and pit fire the rest. I don't know yet. So stick with me and we'll get to it. Alright, so I decided, since the fire's not super hot right now, I'm going to put the pots inside here and begin to warm them up through there. The flames look big on the camera, but they're really not that big. It's really not that hot in there. So I'm going to get the fire built up more, and as I'm building it up, I'm going to let the pots in there to warm up. That way they're getting the most possible heat, because it's pulling all the heat right up into that spot. Alright, so we'll check back here in a little while. Alright, so as you see, there's nothing back there anymore. And that would be because I fired it. It got too hot too fast. My one pot I made blew apart, so that one I'm going to have to figure out how to do a little bit slower. This little one right here is good. That little one right there is doing good. My brown one blew in 2 spots, but I think that one could still be usable. So we're gonna keep rolling with that one still. I pulled them back up to the front here to try to do a little bit slower on this warming process, because apparently I went way too hard, way too fast. So everything's pulled up, we got the flames going, warming up the fire, and I mean, we'll get back to it as soon as we can. So as you can see, we got a nice bed of embers here. I reconfigured everything. That's all smoky all up in your face. But there's a nice bed. Oh no, now I fogged up the entire lens. There we go. So it's all smoky now. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I didn't succeed in this firing, but I'll still release the video anyway. let you all see what I was or was not able to accomplish here once everything cools down and I can get the pots back out. All right, I'll see you when we're all done. All right, so we're in my kitchen, which means one thing: the firing did not go well. All right, so we're over here by my fireplace. I'm getting it warmed up right now, and I'm just gonna slowly warm it up, get some good embers going inside there. I've got some new pots up here that I'm letting slowly warm up on top of it so that it's not like a shocking warming for it. Then this is Sazzy. Hello, say hello, Sazzy. Sazzy likes to say hello. All right, so this was what happened after the last firing, and none of it got hard because I never got it up to temperature. I just tried to get them warmed up too fast. So we're gonna take these little pieces, put them into the toaster oven and start slowly warming them up. This one I think is still usable, even though it blew out some little chunks. If we can get it to harden, that still feels like a usable pot, as well as this little guy. We just got to get those two to harden. But we're gonna put them all in there and try to warm them up slowly, and then if anything, I'm just gonna end up using these pieces to kind of shield over top of the other pieces at the same time. So hopefully this all works, and let's get to it. All right, so let me get my little hot hand here. While I've been waiting, I actually split up a bunch of pear wood into super small little pieces here, and I'll be using that to keep the fire extra hot. But I set some of the brown clay pots down low so that they can start warming up, and I set some of the ones that broke up above to see how that worked out. I had already pulled them out of the toaster oven, so now it's just a matter of seeing how hot they get. So let's check this out. All right, so if you look deep inside here, there's some of the shards from the broken ones that are sitting around our other pots that we put in there, and it looks like the broken pot broke on top of it already. So hopefully it's doing a good job protecting like it's supposed to. I've got a pot here, 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 and back in here, and I've been rotating them around to make sure that they're evenly heating. So hopefully that all goes well. I thought it looked like a piece blew out already, but it didn't, so that one's doing good still. That's great. That one's really dark though, so we're probably just gonna take that one and flip it over a while. So that one's into its flip stage. This big one's gonna take a while to warm up. I have to rotate that a lot. This one I'm probably gonna flip next, and then once I get this fire really going, then we should be good. So I used a completely unorthodox method to see how hot it was, and I threw it in an aluminum can, and if the aluminum can melted, then I knew I was over 1500 degrees or 1200. I'm pretty sure it's 15, but threw that can in there and it melted down rather quickly. So the fire's getting hot, and we should begin to start to get a nice little look out of it. Now it's just to get the clay glowing. Once the clay's glowing, then we really know we did good. The color of the clay, it's a lot like this. It's a lot like steel when you're trying to get it heat treated. Sorry, I thought it was going to be cooler out today than what it is, and I am like dying inside trying to do this, but then it's too cold outside to do it because I don't feel like being outside in the cold trying to get everything warmed up evenly. So I'm inside dying instead. But the color of the clay is a lot like steel, where you want to watch the color, and that color tells you what the temperature is. So I'll have to pull the chart back up on my phone so I can remember what the temperature is based off the color. And from previous videos looking into my forge, I know that you're not going to be able to see the colors either way because it just kind of blurs everything out once it gets hot, and a lot of times it makes things glow a lot more red than what it really is for my own vision on camera. So on camera, flames and everything look bigger than what they do when I'm actually looking at it in person. So kind of crazy, but we'll get back to it here shortly with any new updates that we come with. All right, so we're down to just a few little embers left here. Let's begin to pull this little guy out and see if we had success or if we had some failure that went through here. I lost a foot on this one when it was warming up earlier. Sazzy, they can't see around your body. Sorry about that. Sazzy just wanted to say hello again. So yeah, we've definitely got some different colors showing here and there. Oh no. I think we lost our big boy here. Oh, we definitely did. Okay. So this was just a little piece that was on top of it here. But we took on a very, very large crack. If you see it right in through here. So, let me see. This was another broken piece. Here's another one of our little pots. So that should be it. The rest of it's just little shards that I was using to cover up to try to prevent too much breakage. And I feel like it worked pretty good. That was fun. I definitely enjoyed that a lot. Let me see what else I can grab here. Just cleaning up the shards. Alright, so let's let this cool down a little bit more and I will be right back with you. Alright, so I still need to get these cleaned up, but let's talk about them here for a little bit. Sorry, I'm trying to hold my GoPro and my camera because I'm sitting in front of the fireplace still. So these two were two of the original pots we did. I still have to get them all cleaned up and everything yet, and I believe I got it to harden up. This one I did keep and I kept running through, even though it had blown apart in the outdoor firing. I was like, it's still too pretty not to try it. So I did. I fired it anyway, so that one got fired. These were the 4 that I just made and I fired today. So out of the 4, 2 worked. This one didn't even make it through the warm-up before one of the feet fell off. That was awful, but whatever. Let's go with it. I mean, it then turned around and cracked, which means I screwed up there. And there must have been moisture inside there somewhere as well. So, learned that one. I made this big one. And I was really looking forward to this one, but we have a crack that ran all the way through here and in and out, and another one here and in and out. So it's something about the way that I'm doing my holes, I think, that I'm really screwing up here for the heat when it's dissipating. I'm thinking I may end up doing a 5-minute epoxy and some type of glitter or something to just seal this all back together. See, I tried to bend it back and I just snapped the entire thing, so that happened. So we'll be gluing that whole thing back together. Honestly, we're probably gonna end up breaking this section out too because that's cracking, so we're gonna need to break that and re-adhere that one. Let's look. It got way too hot right there, as well as over here. I believe that's why I pulled that color, or it was the salt or the nuts or something. So this one's got a little crack in it, but I am calling this one a success. I think that we are going to be all right here, and this one is going to be able to be a great little pot. It's got some little cracks, but I'm not super worried about it. I'm going to run with that one, call it good. Then I've got this one. This one turned out really, really good. I put new feet on it, so there was no issue there. It didn't crack at all, even though it had a little air pocket there that I was worried about, but it still didn't crack, so that was awesome. Now, we finally have the end results of the little pots. Alright, so my big plans for these two, I'm going to get some adhesive. Like I said before, I cleaned them up. So all of these did, they all hardened. I don't know if I ever actually got it to cone 6, but I know that I can wash them in water and the clay doesn't fall apart. So they're at least water resistant now. And that's basically what I was going for. So that's awesome, but I'm just going to end up getting some epoxy and I don't know, I have this like purple pearlescent. Maybe I'll actually end up using that, or like a dark black glitter or a blue glitter, maybe something crazy, and just get these all glued back together. I'm gonna end up snapping this one because the crack runs here and into here, so I'm gonna end up just breaking it and running two 5-minute epoxy seams through there. So that says enough about the broken ones. This one has a few cracks in it. I think I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go and see how it plays out. If it ends up breaking, bad choice by me. This one looks really good and cleaned up beautifully. I actually really like the colors. So I guess I should have done a better experiment with colors, but since I didn't know if I could get these to harden or not, I just took some coffee grounds and salt and wrapped them up in a coffee filter and threw them in there. And then I think the aluminum can may have had a bit to do with some of this coloring as well that I used to melt ahead of time. This one, I'm going to end up taking some 5-minute epoxy and dripping it down through the cracks, because this one I do feel if I don't do something will break. So that's my plan with this one. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I was worried, I'm not going to lie, I was worried I was about to fail for a second time in a row. Like clearly some more broke, which I knew was going to happen. But at the end of this, I came up with 3 pots that I'm not going to have to do anything to. I'll count this one as a fail because even though it's got its legs, it is cracked everywhere, and I'm going to have to drop some adhesive to make sure it doesn't fall apart. But it wasn't a complete fail. I did it. I'm super stoked. I don't know if I'm ever going to do it again. I'm going to end up doing it again. But oh man, I am not firing in my kitchen again. I'll wait till summer and do it outside because it got hot in there. That wood stove was freaking, it was going. It was going. I was sweating. I had a fan in there trying to blow the hair out of the kitchen through the rest of the house. But it was beautiful. And I'm so happy that it worked. And I'm just happy that it worked. So I'm super happy about that. Oh, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you like the content that I release on my channel, please hit the subscribe button. And if you really like the content that I put out, you should hit the bell notification so you can get notified every time I release a new video. Thank you.